to Sensibility by Helen Williams. In sensibility love prays, I tune my trembling reed, and seek to deck her shrine with bass, and which my heart must bleed. No chord exemption from a pain I ever wish to know, cheered with her transport I sustain, without complaint, her woe. Above whatever content can give, above a charm of ease, her restless hopes and fears that live with her have power to please. Were but for her were friendship's power to heal the wounded heart, to shorten sorrow's ling'ring hour, and bide its gloom depart. This she that lights the melting eye with looks to anguish dear, she knows the price of every sight, the value of a tear. She prompts the tender marks of love, which words can scarce express, the heart alone by force can prove, and feel how much I bless. Of every finer bliss the source, 'tis she on love bestows, the softer grace the boundless force confining passion knows. When to another the found pressed, each thought forever gives, where on another leans for rest, and in another lives. Quick as the trembling metal flies, when heat or cold impels, her anxious heart to joy can rise, or sink where anguish dwells. Yet woe a soul must grief sustain, which she alone can know, and feel with keener sense of pain, which sharpens every roe. While she, the mourner's grief to calm, still shares each pang they feel, and, like a tree distingling balm, bleeds our wounds to heal. While she, whose bosom fondly true, has never wished to range one altar look with trembling view, and scarce can bear the change. Though she, if death the bench should tear, she vainly fought secure, for life must languish in despair, but never hope secure. Were wounded by some vulgar mind, unconscious of the deed, and never seek those wounds to bind, but wonder why they bleed. She oft will have a sacred sight, will shed a lonely tear, of a feeling nature rose so high, and gave on terms so dear. Yet who would her indifference choose, whose breast no tears can step? Oh, for her apathy would lose a scattered power to weep. While on 1,000 objects, pain and pleasure trembling night, those objects strive to reach in vain the circle of her eye. Cold as the fabled god is pierced to the poor suppliant grief, who bathes the marble from in tears, and vainly hopes relief. I grieve why the gifts refuse to souls like thine a light. No more the nature seem to lose, no more the softness hide. No more invoke the playful spirit to chill with magic spells, the tender feelings of delight and anguish sung so well. But in white ease the heart would prove, we're sure too dearly bought, with friendship, sympathy, and love, and every finer thought.